Hello everybody and welcome to episode 7 of our own Let's Play of Duel Links, trying to unlock as many characters as we can, basically all of them, without using a lot amount of resources. Anyways, we are in Arc 5 world and are dueling Sylvio, who showed up after getting 50,000 points of duel assessment score in Arc 5 world. This one is against him at level 10. And it is my third duel with him, because I completely finished the other two duels against him off screen, because it's just enough to show one of these, I feel. So the objectives are that we win, that we perform 3 pendulum summons, and that we get a score of 4,000 or more duel assessment points after the duel. And we are going to get at least 4,000, and in fact we will get 5,700 duel assessment points. 2,000 for winning, 500 for no damage taken. Then if I don't have any cards left in my deck, I get 500. Prismatic card has been played for 200, a glossy card is 100. We got over 3,000 points of damage in for 500. We activate a spell card for 100, a trap card is 100 as well. A special summon was 100 points, synchro summoning 400, XYZ summoning 400, pendulum summoning 400, and a link summon is also 400 points, which in the end will be 5,700 points of duel assessment score. And the thing is that I actually was able to get to 4,000 duel assessment points in a previous duel against him, but I decided to not record that, or rather I forgot to record it. And I wanted to show it in this duel with the pendulum summons as well, so that I can show you in just one duel and don't have to show you 2 or even all 3 of those. So Sylvio level 10 is quite an easy opponent, although he has this one monster that can double its attack points going up to 2,000, run over my monsters that don't have 2,000 attack points, and then in the end phase bounces it back to his hand like a spirit monster, so that I cannot even take it out. Yeah, that is a bit of a problem, but if you have some cards to protect yourself, like a Mirror Force or a Metal Morph, you should be fine there. Not much else to say about Sylvio. I mean, I'm pretty indifferent to him when it comes to his character in the anime. I mean, I watched the show, at least a little bit, the first part, and I didn't like him at first, but I think he seems to be alright. But, I mean, he's better than Skat for sure, but I prefer other characters, yeah. It's just my personal opinion. You can have a different one that is fine as well. And I don't really have much to say about this anymore, about this character and about this unlock and the duel itself and stuff, because it's just such a long duel, even sped up by 2 times. And here, the Synchro Summon, again, the Stardust Nexus structure deck coming in clutch, because the Synchro Summon is a special summon, and the Synchro Summon itself gives us points as well, and just by summoning this guy, Junk Archer, I got 500 points for my duel assessment score. Obviously, I mean, I just read the point out to you before. Let us then talk about the other things that we're doing in this episode. So I'm going to unlock Sylvio, I'm going to get Chazz, Akiza as well, and I'm even claiming the lifetime card Shooting Star Dragon, so that you know how to do that, of course. Then we get the first portion of Trey's unlock. We also finish Quinton's unlock. We get a skill from the card trader, Ultimate Unite for Yuma, and we also start unlocking Mimi, but we're not completing that unlock, we're just doing the first portion of it. So yeah, with that said, I need to stop saying this. With that said, we should be able to unlock Sylvio here. And that's at least another character in this world, right? In Arc 5 world. Not just Yuya all the time. But it is what it is, which is another phrase I should stop saying. But hey, okay, we now go to GX world, and tried to unlock Chazz. And there's no particular reason behind this, it's just I want to have Chazz since I need him for one of the later stage missions and for a character unlock mission for Blair. But that is not relevant until stage 10, since for Blair I would also need Alexis, and Alexis is a stage 10 character in GX World, so I cannot get Blair until I am at stage 10 and have Alexis. Anyways, this was about the time when I was spinning character wheels to see, or wheel of names, to see which character to go for next. And Chazz was one that I rolled on also. As I said, he is quite an important one, and I am glad to have him sooner rather than later. So the plan is that I get a comeback victory and in the beginning of this duel I actually forgot, so I had to finagle my way through this and actually make it happen. So besides the comeback victory, also summon 3 Thunder type monsters, and also for one of the stage missions for GX World I summon 3 level 3 or lower monsters in GX World duels. Also, one of the Chazz missions was that we activate 5 trap cards in total, not just against him, but against any opponent, even against 5 different opponents if we feel like it, and therefore I did this off screen as well against standard duelists. Nothing too special, nothing too crazy, nothing to worry about. And that means we can now unlock Chazz by clearing all of these missions. And there's one more character, actually the next one that we're going for, who is quite important for stage missions, just like Chazz but in a different world, which of course is in 5D's world, Akiza. Previously, before a big update happened, we had to duel Akiza at level 20 specifically. We no longer need to do that. So instead I can just challenge her at level 10 at the gate with Yusei, and I'm trying to summon Shooting Star Dragon here, since summoning Shooting Star Dragon with Yusei will give me access to Shooting Star Dragon from the Lifetimes list, but also it is 3 synchro summons. We summon Stardust Dragon, we summon Formula Synchron, and then we summon the Shooting Star Dragon. And one of Akiza's missions is that we perform 3 synchro summons in 5D's world duels. And while I already did this against some other characters, it doesn't matter because I want to show it off here. And this is not the last time you will see us summon a Shooting Star Dragon, since Antinomy and Primo at least need those as well, and some characters at stage 10 need us to summon this too. So, summoning Shooting Star Dragon is actually not that difficult if you know what you're doing, and for the most part when it comes to synchro summons, at least, I know what I'm doing. Anyways, Yusei versus Akiza level 10 is not really a big deal. I mean, yeah, she can summon her Black Rose Dragon, but the only tuner she plays, as far as I know, is an Aqua Spirit or a Water Spirit or whatever it's called, a level 1 tuner, and when we make sure that the other 2 monsters on her side of the field do not equal the level of 6, we should be fine there. Also, once her tuner monster comes onto the field, we can just get rid of it and therefore prevent her from synchro summoning in the first place. Not that it matters, because my monster, here my Stardust Dragon for example, is stronger. Also I have some protection, even though her Black Rose Dragon could blow up the field, but that is neither here nor there. So, having said that, we can actually now clear all of these missions, which are just 3, and Akiza is one of these characters just like Chazz and Gong and the Gore. Actually not even the Gore, huh? Yeah, Gore, and some other characters like DSOD Mokuba that you need for stage missions later, mainly the stage 8 missions. They made them easily accessible, so yeah, you can get them and do not have to jump through a million hoops to get them, which I think is fine. Here we have the Lifetimes card, Shooting Star Dragon. If you are using the skill Mark of the Dragon Head on Yusei, you do not necessarily have to play the card or have to claim the card, but it actually helps a lot in these unlock missions. Now we are back in Zale World, and I'm on Kite because Quinton at level 30 spawned in the world which means I can win this duel for the final character unlock mission for him. Quick reminder of the other missions that we cleared in the previous episode was that we activate 2 spell cards in one duel against Quinton, that we summon Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon against him, Kite wins against him with 1000 or less life points remaining, and we defeat him with Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon specifically. And I showed this against him at level 10, so yeah, watch a previous episode if you have not done this already. When it comes to using gate keys, the Quinton unlock was entirely free for me in this instance. However, if we consider all the other resources we spent, it cost me 1 ultra rare dream ticket that I spent on Neo Galaxy Eyes Photon Dragon, but as I explained before, I actually think this is a fine investment, because I can use this card for other stuff as well, like for Mizar's unlock and for other unlocks like Dennis McField. Anyways, this is now a good time to actually go into the skill exchange function in the card traders setting here, and I want to get the skill Zexal Ultimate Unite, because this one adds number 39 Utopia to my extra deck as well as number C39 Utopia Ray, which actually needs to be summoned against a few characters for their character unlock missions. And I found that using this skill makes it quite easy to summon number C39, since number C39 is a card I do not have, and it would be like using 3 level 4 light attribute monsters. And if we just have the skill, we have it in our extra deck and do not need to spend any resources getting the card itself. And also what is about number C39 is that once per turn we can XYZ summon it by putting it on top of number 39 Utopia. Anyways, I just showed you the deck here, and we are now trying to duel Trey at level 30. He was a spawn, so again, no gate keys so far. And the 2 missions that I want to clear here are that we reduce his life points to 0 with number C39 Utopia Ray, and also perform 2 XYZ summons in a single duel against Trey. Now the 2 XYZ summons could be like your number 39 Utopia and the Dark Rebellion XYZ Dragon that you probably got from the Oda Challenger structure deck, or even number C39 Utopia Ray, because this guy's summon on top of Utopia is treated as an XYZ summon. It specifically mentions that on number C39 itself, so that should be fine and dandy and quite easy to do. But if I have one point of advice for you here is that you should not summon your number 39 too early, unless you actually are playing a deck that only has like a bunch of level 4 light attribute monsters, since if your opponent gets rid of your Utopia by, for example, running over it, it is gone, and therefore you cannot put your number C39 on top of it, and you would have to summon it the hardcore way by simply using 3 light monsters for it. And this is the reason I usually have Utopia as my protection card, because it can negate attacks, but only one. If it negated the second attack, it doesn't have any more materials and will be destroyed the next time it is attacked, so be wary of that. But besides that, I usually wait on summoning these guys, and then when I am sure that I have a clean shot, I put my number C39 on top of Utopia and run in for game, which is what I'm doing and what you may or may not be doing as well. We are now in 7th world, and Mimi spawned in at level 10, which means I can try to go for a few missions here, and I'm on Yuga, and there are 2 missions that I want to clear in this duel, those being that we activate a trap card against her, which is I think we have done before, and that we also have to summon 7 or more spellcasters in a single duel against Mimi. And as I said, getting spellcasters isn't really a big deal, even if you're not spending gems on like one of the structured decks which was released when 7th World came out, that has a lot of spellcaster monsters, the 7th World stuff, or some other things. But if you are just free to play and don't want to spend any additional resources, you can level up a few of your characters, and unlock characters, and in their starter decks you get spellcasters as well, and leveling up Yuga gives you spellcasters, and then the Dark Magician from the Lifetimes list, same with Magician's Valkyria, those are spellcasters. So you should have not really an abundance of spellcasters, but enough to make do. Also, I completely forgot to mention the skill that gives you access to your level 7, a 7th World Magician, and also your level 6 spellcaster monster that I forgot what it is, but it is a wind attribute, but it is a spellcaster as well. So that's 2 spellcasters for you, even more than enough, I would argue. And actually, summoning 7 spellcasters is not a big deal, and I am still using trap cards here that help me or don't help me. And honestly, when it comes to rush format trap cards, especially on a new account, I found it quite difficult to activate trap cards, because I don't really have any. And I got some structured decks on my main account that have like the Barrier, which is a trap card that I can activate when an opponent's monster declares an attack. I shuffle one monster card from my graveyard back into my deck and reduce the attacking monster's attack by 400. And I could play that if I had the structure deck, but I don't. So most of the time I'm actually relying on the trap cards that are given to us from leveling up, or there's one trap card from the Lifetimes list, but also cards that we get from free structured decks, like the Galaxy Structure deck from the Friend Code campaign. And besides that, I don't really have a good trap card that I can recommend to you that you use. So my only recommendation here is that you check your rush format trap cards and see if you have any that can be activated easily and don't require specific stuff like Cyburst monsters, for example. Before unlocking Nail, I do not really have a lot of Cyburst type monsters, and therefore, if there's a trap card that says activate this while you have a Cyburst type monster on your field or in the graveyard or whatever, I cannot do this really. So that can be quite problematic. So check your trap cards and see if it is realistically possible for you with your current card pool to activate the trap card, and then you put it in your deck or wait for a different trap card to appear. And with that done, we actually finish this duel and can complete Mimi's unlock in a later episode. But that's it for today, and thank you so much for watching.